The 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston playing against the Indiana Pacers. Taking a look at the Pacers, they lost their first match, them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. In tonight's game, Carmelo Anthony, one of the top scorers in the history of the NBA.
History?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
deep,
right.
deep into his 30s now. And for him, Kenny, it's become about trying to win an NBA title.
Yeah, because he's got the gold medals, he's got the double-digit All-Star appearances, and a scoring title. But what he has not attained is the ultimate goal of getting away.
You know, he's put up some Hall of Fame numbers, and at this point, he just wants to win.
I agree.
Yeah.
An aerial view of the many buildings making up the skyline of beautiful Houston, Texas, our broadcast setting tonight. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with us, basketball expert and former late-night comedy writer. A lot of people don't know this, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, as soon as I left, Kimmel's show took off, so I think I was the reason.
You built the foundation for it, let's be honest.
I was there for the early years.
You said it was a very influential time in your life, a very good thing for you to do.
Oh, it was fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned how to not get my jokes on the air, and I learned a lot about humility.
It's the end of a string of away games for the Pacers as they look forward to returning home after this one. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
I think for the Pacers, they've gotten off to the kind of start teams just dread. They've already dug a nice hole for themselves.
They do have the talent necessary to get it turned around quickly. They won't want to wait too much longer to do it, but they can still make it a productive season.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? We're seeing some evolving in his game.
Definitely changing. First of all, he's playing defense now, which has been a revelation.
Jeff Bezdelik, I think, has really gotten his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, good name drop, too, by the way. I like that. Yeah, you know what changes your defense is being picked apart online, and Twitter GIFs and YouTube clips and people on studio shows on big, giant HD screens pointing out that you didn't try on this. And that you're...
For the Rockets. Nene comes in for Clint Capella, and Gordon subbed in for Anderson. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Young comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Joseph, he's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And AI is subbed in for Darren Collison. And so in the game for the Pacers. Bogdanovich outside at the 3 with Young down at power forward. Corey Joseph is out there with Paul. And it's O'Quinn in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Chris Paul. Averaging about 22 points per, 11 assists, and almost 2.5 steals. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
And the work ethic of AI is tremendous. I mean, he's a really humble kid and has become a quality player, I think, as a result.
And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Nene kicks to Harden. 13 feet away. Good as the jump shot falls. Harden's got 13.
I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Knocked away. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Houston making a switch here. Green's checked in. Leaf checked in for the Pacers. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Guarded by Tucker. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Paul. Some solid D from Paul. Houston leading by 7. Thaddeus Young came into the league viewed as a tweener with Philadelphia, but now I think he's viewed probably using that mark as an advantage to his game.
Yeah, positions just don't matter anymore. I think there's more perimeter players than ever. The fun thing for him is just the lefty thing. I think lefties have an advantage in the NBA because these guys are either tired or they played too many games or they did God knows what else, and they'll just forget somebody's left-handed, and Thaddeus Young gets these free layups because the guy forgot he was a lefty.
It's like in any sport, though. Left-handed quarterback's kind of fun. Left-handed shooter in the NBA is kind of fun.
I used to, when I played basketball back in the 1800s, I
remember those days.
Really hated guarding lefties because there's always that split second where you forget they're lefty, but just it's like
so used to jumping a certain way, positioning your body a certain way, angles and everything else.
Even the way they shoot, like when you're guarding a righty, you'd stick your left hand up to try to block the shot or whatever, and you have to stick your right hand up instead. And I just think it's a real advantage. I wish I had raised my son to be a lefty, but I failed.
AI, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Pacers trail by 11. It's AI on the wing. Over Paul. And too long on the shot. Houston's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. The three-pointer, no good. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Young kicks to AI. To the right side. Leaf, no good. Rockets leading by 11. And the wide open shot from Green. A three-pointer off the mark. And for the Pacers, they're shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Here's Paul. Lays it up and banks it in.
What I like here, AI challenging the defense inside, working for high percentage shots.
Poke loose. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Bill, the Rockets going into last season, new ownership. Seems like the transition has been pretty smooth so far in Houston.
Yeah, except that they left a title on the table last spring. They came really close. They had big leads in Game 6, big lead in Game 7. and just could not close the door. And that's been a recurring theme for James Harden, for Chris Paul, who missed the last two games.
Those games, right.
And I don't know if they're ever going to have a better chance than that, because you talk about Chris Paul now. He's in the 2005 draft. I think this is his 14th year. And point guards, as they get older, you can still get the 28 to 30 minutes a game out of them. But you're not getting like a top 3 All-NBA team type of performance. And I just wonder if they missed their window.
And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. Fifth best, the Rockets.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
The pass to Quinn. Shot clock at 6. The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know what's amazing about AI? This guy plays 1 season in college, makes the Final Four, then goes undrafted. I mean, that's a big-time wake-up call for a young man.
And Young kicks to Paul. Joseph dishes to Paul. Over Gordon. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Pass to O'Quinn. Now Young. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Paul. And it's Nene with the rebound. Houston leading by 10. Gordon the pass to Green. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
And O'Quinn kicks to Paul. Over Green. Again, the miss by Paul.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Nene with the screen on Joseph. Here's Gordon. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Gordon's got his 3rd basket of the night. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Out to the right wing. Paul against Green. 5 to shoot. AI passes to O'Quinn, and the shot is good.
You don't pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. And AI doing that, finding the man breaking open.
Nene, the screen, and here's Green. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
What a 3 at the horn.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. The Rockets on top, ending the first quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
The steals thing is just...
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Rockets to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Leaf is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Young. Then it's AI, and it's Holiday in at the point. Now the feed to Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man, and you deliver the ball right away.
And the Rockets defense, much improved, at least statistically, on the perimeter and inside. What did you think, though? What did the eye test tell you on that?
Well, it told me that James Harden was trying harder.
Right. I think Chris Paul may have changed the culture in that way a bit.
Absolutely. Hey, it's funny because you figure you put Mike D'Antoni and James Harden together, and that's a recipe for a defensive disaster. Mike D'Antoni, when he was in the Suns, they didn't practice defense. I know for a fact, the Suns have told me that. My buddy Jalen played for them. They didn't even address defense. So you put him with James Harden and didn't care for a while there anyway, and you just think this is going to go badly. But I thought they were really good defensively last year. We'll see if it continues.
Green kicks to Nene. Gordon a screen, and there's Green on the assist by Nene. Green's got 7 points.
Well, great vision by Nene, right? I mean, if you're the help defensive guy, you can't leave your man. He's that good a passer.
Paul outside. Young outside. Pass to Paul. Now, here is Young. He's guarded closely. Paul's shot is off.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Gordon for three. That one doesn't go.
I'll tell you, he's been dry from three-point range in the second quarter after hitting one in the first.
And AI gets it to go.
And that's the workman-like approach we see with AI. This guy unwilling to allow obstacles to get in his way.
Holiday against Green. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his third rebound on the night. Holiday against Green. Stolen by Tucker. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Stops, pops, and that one off the back of the rim and in. He's got 11. Timeout called the Pacers.
You know, I think one thing Coach will address in this timeout right now is you're missing a lot of shots. Why not become more of a facilitator out there?
Houston with a big group substitution here. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. And in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in there.
All right, we'll put him in there.
Technically.
I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like, I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, and they had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, and Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think there's too.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Paul kicks to Ennis. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 7th assist in the game.
Keeping the pressure on and starting to pad this lead around the halfway point.
Yeah, seems like they're starting to pull away a bit right now. They just look a little faster and a little hungrier than the opposition right now. I know he wants to answer the 3 that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the 3-point shot.
Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
Appreciate being on. Go Celtics.
You can't root on these, Bill.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
Door is always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved. Not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin, he has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this, he is passionate about the NBA.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Paul outside. Screened by Young. AI kicks to Leaf. Back to AI. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. We've got 33 seconds left here in the second. Passes it to Green. Back to Paul. Nene, the screen. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
For Houston, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Tipped away. Paul with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup. Paul's got 12 points in the game.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
The shot's good from Leaf.
And he's a team.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the... Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far. Gordon's checked in for Ryan Anderson. So much of being a scorer is finding ways to get open without the ball, of course, and there are a lot of guys that do that very well in the league right now.
Well, you think back to guys like Ray Allen, who have retired in the last 5 to 6 years. He was one of the all-time bests. You think back to the Detroit Pistons teams and Rip Hamilton. They set the stage for today's generation. Guys like Klay Thompson and Kyle Korver, who are relentless in their motion and sometimes do it randomly. Outside of the context of the offense, they're just, because they've done it so often, the kind of movement they create puts tremendous stress on your defense.
Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. At the 4, it's Melo with Capella playing in the middle. And it's Gordon in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Holiday. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Now, kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. I'm not sure how he missed that one.
And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Houston. To the middle, off the pick. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Evans kicks to O'Quinn. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Fades and shoots. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Harden. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Anthony. And the Pacers also making a change. Leafs checked in. Paul against Gordon. To end the run. AI can't hit. And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
AI passes to O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Boy, broad-shouldered, barrel-chested. O'Quinn showing his strength right there.
Doris, something interesting about Kyle O'Quinn. He's widely considered one of the funniest players in the NBA.
And that sense of humor, I think, can unite a locker room. It's led to some crazy interactions with celebrities and spawned some great pranks. But you love to have positive energy. It makes for a very good teammate.
Corey Joseph's checked in for the Pacers. And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Lots of room. Pacers with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his 5th rebound in this one. Joseph against Gordon. Picked by O'Quinn. Joseph, the pass to Paul. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Rockets have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. That one goes. Count it. AI's got 10.
I think you've got to love the thought process there. AI could have taken a shot earlier in the clock, but he decides to put it on the deck and get something better.
And the basket by Harden.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
AI kicks to Leaf. Back to Paul. To the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to O'Quinn, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Thursday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors.
And in that matchup with the Pistons, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
Got that one up quick. Leafs got his 2nd basket of the night.
I'll tell you, a terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
Outside Gordon. 3-pointer. That shot off. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. The shot's good from Paul.
And these are shots AI can make. Confident when it comes to shooting from the inside.
Harden the pass to Nene. Back to Harden. Right through the D for the layup. Harden's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Here's Paul. That shot off the mark. Good D by Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. And the Rockets making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in. And Indiana shooting 32% overall right now. Not one of their better showings.
Listen, we know this about Thaddeus Young. He has very long arms. He's a nuisance on the glass. Big-time energy.
Pass to Hartenstein. Kicks to Gordon. Here's Hartenstein. O'Quinn defending. Ball against Harden. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. Rockets have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
And the Rockets making a change here. Ennis is checked in. Houston's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Over to the left wing. Harden inside the three-point line, and it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
AI kicks to Joseph. Back to AI. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
The first free throw is good.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
That one misses. This Pacers team can be suffocating at times on the defensive end.
Well, it starts at the point of attack because this is a group that loves to pester the ball handler. How about last year, those Pacers were 2nd in the league in turnover percentage on defense.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got 7 points for the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Ennis. Here's the screen. They get a hand on it. 5 to shoot. Good defensive work there by Young. And for the Pacers, they come in off a great outing against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena. Count that one.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Harden against Paul. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 38 points.
Ooh, with a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
Paul kicks to Young. Back to AI. 20 feet out. Off on that one. And so it's Houston with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We've got more NBA basketball. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. To the inside. That's good from Paul on the assist from Capella. 18 points for Chris Paul.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got AI. Sabonis is out there with Leaf. Then it's Johnson, and it's Holiday in at the 1.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Paul kicks to Sabonis. Back to AI. And it's off from three-point range. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Here's Anthony. And he overshot that one, missing. Indiana's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Paul dishes to Holiday. And he gets it to go. Holiday's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, that's a quality shot. You're in the painted area. Don't get much more of a better look than that.
Well, at the start of the summer, many expected a busy market for Capella in free agency. Eventually, though, signing a 4-year deal to remain with the Rockets. I feel like it's a great deal for Houston as Capella gives them the perfect inside presence to complement Harden and Paul.
James Ennis, he'll check in for the Rockets. Gerald Green comes in for Eric Gordon. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Anderson passes to Capella. 6 on the shot clock. Over in the corner, Green. Houston needs to get a shot off. Paul for 3. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
You know, it's an invaluable asset to have. He's as tenacious down there as anyone.
Paul kicks to Sabonis. Shoots over Capella. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Sabonis has got 19 points.
Don't you just love watching Domantas Sabonis get to his spots? This guy's so creative on the offensive end.
Green, the pass to Paul. Anderson, the screen. And it's Paul missing.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Paul kicks to Leaf. Fires for 3. The Rockets pull it in. Paul's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Screen by Capella. Green, the pass to Capella. Paul with the ball. Back to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for James Harden.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Here's Sabonis, and good coming on the assist by AI.
Boy, don't you love the way AI moves the ball? He lets the play develop, puts the pass on time and on target.
And taken away by Paul, and the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And maybe pushing too hard at this point, getting a little desperate.
Yeah, it certainly looks like they're forcing it. They're trying to make quick, hard decisions instead of focusing on making the right play.
And so here is Houston. Paul outside. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That will be foul number 5 on him.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
So we see Houston taking the W here, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's